All right, people. So today we're gonna do another speaking practice video, and today it's class IELTS 38, and so 5 people is going to do their speaking practice. So class, are you ready for your practice?
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Good. So let's start with part 1 first. So today we talk about a tough topic called museum. So when we talk about museum, of course, we talk about past time. We talk about history. We talk about memories, war, past events, and things like that. So of course, it's related to history. Okay, let's do this topic now, museum. So, Mr. Nguyen, please. So, do you like visiting museum and why?
Yes, I like to visiting the museums.
Museum.
Museum.
Museum. I like visiting museum. Why?
Museum. Because I like to research about history and
You want to do research. You want to research about history, I see.
yes, and in the in the museum
And what?
and in the museums I can see the objects
I can
of
what?
the past. I can see the objects in the past and and some museum
You
they
mean the artifacts, right?
Yeah, okay.
Di vật. Di vật. So artifacts are basically objects that the old people, the ancient people, they left it for us. Artifact. So,
and
Mr. Nguyen,
some
how often do you visit museums?
uh, I often go to the museum like
No. How often? How often?
yes, I often visit museum once a month or sometimes I have a project to research.
Sometimes you have a project to research, I see. It's interesting to find someone who loves museums. So tell me, Miss Hoàng Vân, do you like to visit museum?
Um,
Yes.
yes. I like to visit museum when I have a chance. However, I don't go to that place frequently right now because
No, I don't think I visit museum at all. So you are busy. You are a busy dentist, so obviously I don't think you have any interest to do with museum, I think. You don't have anything to do with museum, I think.
actually not because I'm the person of traditional.
Oh, traditional.
Well, yes. So I usually like something that have a rustic color, rustic.
Rustic is basically a style. It's a style, phong cách cũ. Phong cách cổ và cũ. So basically it's a style, the old style. You want to collect old things. Like for example, sometimes people like to collect old money from the past or old objects like water kettle, like radio from the past, or typewriter, máy đánh chữ from the past. So Miss Vân, tell me, are there any museums in your hometown?
Chào.
Hometown, yeah. Say again?
Uh, there are many museums in my hometown, but I just have a chance to visit to one of them. It's called Đại Palace.
Không có visit to nha, chỉ có visit cộng một nơi đó thôi. So there's no preposition. You have to say to visit museums, not visit to museum, you know. I see. So, Mr. Young, how about you? Are there any museums in your hometown, Mr. Young?
Yeah, there's quite a lot. Like in District 1,
Of course, there's a lot of District 1, yeah.
yes, it's a lot of District 1 in Ho Chi Minh cities, and it's like war museum where
It's
they
called
play.
War Remnant Museum. War Remnant Museum. Bảo tàng chứng tích chiến tranh, cái còn lại của chiến tranh. War Remnant Museums.
War Remnant Museum where they place the historical
When we place what?
uh, plane, yeah, plane,
Airplane.
guns.
When we
Yes.
place airplanes. Big guns. Tanks.
And mostly documents about history, war in like in over somewhere like in 90s.
Okay. Okay, so Mr. Yoon, do you think there should be more museums in your hometown? Or you think it's too much? Too many, sorry.
Yeah, I think it's too much and it's
Too many, because museum is countable, đếm được mà.
too
So I
many.
think there's too many museum.
I think it's too many and it's take place for another activity, because I think you can still going still serving web for how can I say, for having knowledge about history. You can find, or you can also find the artifacts, airplanes, and online too. So museum is not really necessary.
Okay.
Yeah.
Artifacts. Right, so you think there should be less museum in the hometown, I see.
Yeah.
Do you know that when you operate a museum, you have to spend a small amount, an amount of money, right?
Yeah.
And that amount of money comes from the taxpayers' money, of course. Tiền đến từ cái người phải trả thuế, taxpayers' money. And of course, that's the citizens of Vietnam. So do you think, okay, so do you think Vietnamese museums are attractive, Mr. Yu?
And I think no, it's not, because they don't have any advertisement or any event.
Wow, so you mean they have to run ads on YouTube
Yeah.
and run ads, right?
Yeah, and how can I say, the facilities of the museum is quite,
Boring.
can I say,
It's like they don't even run at anything.
yeah, they don't even decorate it strictly. So it's not really attractive to
course
most
not.
of people there.
Well, if you have gone to museums in the West, of course, people spend a lot of money on decorating and renovating those kind of museums. But unfortunately, not in Vietnam. So, Miss Uyên, please, do you think there should be more museums in your hometown? Miss Uyên, please.
I don't think there should be more museum in
Museums, nhớ âm hai.
museum
Museums.
in my hometown, because honestly, I'm not a fan of museum.
Museums, yeah.
And many museum in my hometown is
Many
too
museums are too old or
and boring.
of course super boring. I can't find any place more boring than museum, to be honest.
Yes.
Không thể tìm được cái nơi nào mà nó boring hơn đâu, thiệt. I mean, even though I like history, but I don't like the way museums in Vietnam are operated. Vận hành kiểu gì? It's like I don't like the way it is operated. So Miss Uyên, so what can people learn from visiting museums? What do you think? Like, you often see groups of students from high schools, secondary schools coming to museums, or you often see tourists coming to museums. But what can people learn from visiting museums? What do you think?
I think people learn from visiting museum is that
What they can learn?
they will they will let's
Yes. What lessons can they learn from that?
they can learn the history of their cái cha ông á thầy.
The history of their forefathers. So forefathers means the people who have lived before you many generations ago.
Yeah.
Nhiều thế hệ trước, many generations ago. So they are called forefathers. For mean before, you know.
Yes.
Forefathers mean bậc cha ông. Can you say again? Now, so what can people learn from visiting museums?
People I think people can learn the father cái gì nào? The forefathers.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And they can appreciate the sacrifice of the river generation.
The
to
sacrifices. The sacrifice.
the sacrifice.
So he said,
Sự hy sinh của chồng á.
mm-hmm. The sacrifice of the previous generation.
Yes.
So it's not only that. This question talk about museum, visiting museum in general, not just in Vietnam.
Oh, general.
So you should talk about like appreciate the culture, because through museum, through history and museum, you can see how the people in the past lived. So it's a culture as well. So what do you think? Okay, so what do you think, Miss Thanh Thảo? Do you think museums are necessary? Tính từ necessary.
Yes, I think museums are vital and necessary because we can study about life and
Miss Thanh Thảo,
life.
please, louder. I can't hear you.
Em trả lời lại nha thầy.
No, okay, try to be louder. Okay, try again. Do you think museums are necessary?
Yes, I think museums are vital and necessary because I can study about ancient life and
Ancient life. Ancient life. Phiền là không được. SH cơ. Ancient
life.
Okay, ancient life. And what else?
And we can learn to fail from the past.
Okay, we can learn about the past, but that is not convincing. Nó vẫn nghe chưa có thuyết phục nữa. Nó chưa có convincing. Nó nghe không có convincing thiệt luôn á. Cái câu hỏi là hỏi tại sao bạn có nghĩ bảo tàng là cần thiết không, thì mình phải làm sao nó thuyết phục người ta, nghe nó nói thuyết phục hơn chứ đâu phải là chỉ nói về vai trò bảo tàng để làm cái gì đâu.
And people can
You need to
see...
try to convince people, because this question asks, do you think museums are necessary? You have to try to convince people why it's necessary. If it's not convincing, it does not sound convincing, then it's not a good answer. Okay, try again. Do you think museums are necessary?
I think museum. I think museums are necessary and vital because people can understand and see artifacts and
Yes, what can they do when they see those things? I'm still not convinced, you know. Vẫn chưa có thuyết phục. It doesn't sound convincing enough. Alright, so Mr. Yoon, what do you think? Do you think museums are necessary?
I think half, not really necessary, because everything that about history you still can find online nowadays,
Exactly. You can research anything online these days.
and it's more useful than going to visit museums, or maybe when you go museums, you have to spend money, but you can still go online. It's free.
Of course, online
So-
materials are free of
So-
charge, and people can research anything they want.
Yeah. So museum just kind of entertaining.
A type what?
Entertaining, yeah. Because
A kind of entertainment?
yeah.
Okay,
Because
good. If you think it that way, why not? Entertainment.
And
Một giải
a
trí thì
place
sao?
that they can have the place that they can sell the souvenir.
Exactly, the place where people can sell souvenirs. Souvenirs.
Souvenir.
So tell me, Mr. Hoàng Nguyên, do you think museums are necessary?
I think the museums are important and necessary.
Okay, try again, lại lần nữa đi.
I think this is an interesting question.
Can't hear you. Do you think museums are necessary?
I think museums are necessary and important because the museum is the place they are stored, and show the artifact.
Okay, to show the artifacts, yes. But it's still not convincing. Nó vẫn nghe chưa thuyết phục nữa. Okay, continue please. Nó quan trọng là bởi vì sao? Để mà là nó tạo một cảm giác, đó là con người ta có cái cảm giác mà nhớ về cội nguồn. Museums are necessary because it creates and maintain the feeling of roots, the feeling of origin. So the people can remember or can be reminded of who they are. Người ta sẽ được nhắc lại là họ là ai. Cái roots, cái gốc rễ của họ nằm đâu. Can create and maintain the feeling of roots. Nó tạo ra và nó giữ vững cái cảm giác gốc rễ, you know. The feeling of roots. And then it reminds people of the past struggles. It reminds people of the struggles of the past. Những cái sự đấu tranh trong quá khứ.
Remind people of
The struggle of the past in order to appreciate the peace that they have. Để mà có thể trân trọng cái hòa bình mà họ có được. Nên nó phải là nhắc đến về những cái sự mà struggles, những cái sự mà đấu tranh trong quá khứ. So it's necessary. Đó, có những ý như vậy nó nghe nó thuyết phục hơn không? If you mention this idea, it sounds much more convincing, you know. Now, so Miss Thanh Uyên, please. So what are usually on display in museums? Những cái gì thường là được trưng bày ở museums?
Well, it's quite hard to answer the questions.
Of course, it's not easy. That's why we are practicing.
Because I rarely to visit the museum.
I rarely to visit. What is that? I rarely
I
visit.
rarely visit the museum.
Okay, so
but I guess in the museum they show many work of art and and some famous pictures of the những bức tranh của mấy người họa sĩ nổi tiếng này.
I think that's a
Now try that in
gallery,
English.
not actually a museum.
Paintings of famous artists.
Paintings
of renowned artists or famous artists.
artists.
Artist means the people who paint too, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what else? Sculpture. Sculpture are basically monuments. Tự điêu khắc. Sculpture.
Sculptures.
Sculpture. Sculptures. And what else then? Of course, some museum they store old clothes, old dresses and clothes of the previous people, of the ancient people. Some museums they even store mummies, you know. Mummies means xác ướp. Mummies are basically dead people from like thousands of years ago. They have been preserved. Dead bodies, basically dead bodies which have been preserved. These are mummies.
Ủa
What
mấy bộ
else?
lòng thì sao?
Like skeletons of dinosaurs. Những bộ xương của khủng long. Skeletons of dinosaurs.
Skeleton of dinosaur.
But in Vietnam, I don't think they're skeleton of dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Just like skeleton of some smaller animals, I think. Tại vì muốn có mấy cái bộ đó là phải có nhà lớn, mà nhà lớn thì lại phải chi nhiều tiền điện, chi đủ thứ tùm lum á. So basically, if you want to have like huge skeleton of dinosaurs, you have to put them in very large museums. And that large museum require a lot of lights to operate. And that is pricey.
Yes.
Now,
Ví dụ là bảo tàng và hải dương học thì nó sẽ có những
Sorry?
con động vật người ta ngâm Phật môn theo chết, thì cái đó gọi là cái gì thầy?
well, we often have specimens. Tiêu bản. Specimens. Những tiêu bản. Specimens of dead animals that has been preserved in chemical. We don't need to say what chemical, but basically, if you want to know, it's formaldehyde. Formaldehyde. They gọi là formaldehyde. Formaldehyde basically is the same as formalin. Formalin or pheromones. Same thing. Formalin, pheromone, formaldehyde, same thing. If you want to know, the chemical name is methanol.
Yes.
Methanol or formaldehyde is the same thing. And it smells really bad. It smells really bad. This is the smell of dead corpses. If you want to know how it smells like, go to go to the hospital and then ask for where they keep the dead people.
If you went there, you ask where. It's actually really weird.
It's weird, yes. But once you smell that chemical, you'll be like, oh, disgusting.
Yes.
It's really disgusting. Okay, anyway, let's come to, okay, taking a rest. Let's do number 6. Taking a rest. Đi nghỉ ngơi. Nghỉ ngơi, tạm nghỉ. Taking a rest.
Ở đây là nghĩ giải lao chút xíu hay là
Nghĩa là chút xíu á. Taking a rest means like you can break for like 5-10 minutes, or it can also mean napping. Napping for like half an hour, 15 minutes, half an hour, something like that. But taking a rest here doesn't mean like sleeping for like whole night, you know?
Yeah.
So, okay, let's talk about taking a rest now. So, Miss Van, please, how often do you take a rest? As a doctor, of course. Miss Van, please, how often do you take a rest? Like, do you take a rest like 5 minutes after you're done with your patient? Or do you take a lunch break?
Lunch break.
I usually take a rest when I have a lunch break.
Mm-hmm.
So by that way, after a long period of halt, I have time to recharge myself, and
Yes.
sometimes I also take a nap.
Okay, I also take a nap too. I
Nap.
see. So, how about you, Mr. How about you, Thanh Thảo? How often do you take a rest? Thảo ơi, how often do you take a rest?
Em nói thầy có nghe gì không thầy?
I hear you. Well, good.
I always take a rest once or twice a year.
What?
Vâng. Em nói
Wow,
thầy,
so it means you don't rest at all during the day? How often do you take a rest? This question asked you during the day or during the week, you know. It's not like during the year. Taking a rest, remember, it's like during the day mostly. Phần đông là nó nói về chuyện mà nghỉ ngơi trong một ngày á, có thường nghỉ ngơi hay không. How often do you take a rest?
I usually take a rest a day when I have a time.
When I have time.
When I have time, because in the summer I really many time.
I have much time.
I
Time
have
is
much
countable.
time.
Vẫn được.
I have much time. And
What do you do when you have much time?
I'm not do anything.
I don't do anything, I see.
And I'm just only sleep and eat and hang out with my friends.
I know, but the question say how often do you take a rest means like you do something when you're busy and you take a rest like after you study for 45 minutes, for example. You know? So basically it talks about what do you do in a day. Do you often take a rest after you work or you study? It's like that. You have to understand that, you know. Cái câu này á là nó hỏi về bạn có thường nghỉ ngơi, ví dụ khoảng 45 phút sau khi học xong, làm việc xong nghỉ ngơi xíu chẳng hạn. It's like that. You have to answer it in the right way, you know. Try again. How often do you take a rest?
I usually take a rest a day when I have time. because in
When I have
summer,
time.
when I have time, because in the summer I'm not studying in school, and I have much time. I can and I have much time.
Bắt đầu đi lan man đó. You're starting to go to not go into the topic now. How about during the day? How about during the day, Miss Thảo? How about during the day? How often you take a rest during the day?
I take a rest one or twice a day. When after I study and I cooking for my dinner. I usually take a rest about about an hour or
An
2
hour,
hours.
about an hour or two.
About an hour or two.
2 tiếng hơi nhiều quá. I think 2 hours is a bit too much.
Yeah.
Because if you rest for too much, you will feel even more tired. Thiệt luôn á.
About an hour. I'm just
Okay, so tell me, Miss Uyen, please. Do you take a nap when you are taking your rest? Nap mean like for like half an hour or something like that. A nap is different from your main sleep, you know.
Yes.
So Miss Uyen.
Yes, sometime at work after lunch, I take a nap of around 30 minutes. Yes.
30 minutes. So it means that you sleep under your table.
No, luckily at my office, they
There's a bed.
have a special room with
There
the
is a special room. There is. There is.
There is a special room with a bed and some pillow for the employee to take a nap. Yes.
Okay. I see. So that's really lucky. You're lucky, I think. How about you, Mr. Young? How do you take a nap when you're taking your rest?
Yeah, it's like after lunch. Yeah, but at school I will take a nap for an hour. But in summer it's longer, so I don't think it's a nap in the summer because I'm sleep from about 5 hours for lunch. After lunch.
What? 5 hours after lunch?
Yeah, I'm not really tired after that, but I'm just too sleepy.
I see. Sometimes you feel like you need a lot of rest. I understand. When I was younger, something like that happened to me too.
Yeah,
It's like
and
several days. If there are several days, then you just work a lot. Then you need some day to rest like that too. I understand. Sometimes it works. Sometimes it's like that.
for me, it's not sometimes. It's every day. So
I see.
it's not really good for me. I have tried.
Well, at your age, you need to sleep more, I think, because it's like you are growing. Yes, you need more time to sleep.
Yeah, I still don't want to sleep.
So tell me, Miss Nguyen, how long do you think people should take a nap? Or how long should a nap be? Maybe 5, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, half an hour, or maybe more than that? What do you think, Mr. Nguyen? How long do you think people should take a nap? And why? Try to. This question also is part 1, so you can talk about yourself too, if you want to.
So usually taking a nap when I have a rest. So I don't know how long is enough. But I
I
think
don't know how long is enough.
My dad
Dad or father?
my father advised me to taking a nap for half an hour or
half an
one
hour.
half an hour.
Half an hour. Half an hour.
Half an hour.
Okay.
Half an hour or one or 1 hour.
For
To
1
1
hour. For 1 hour. I see. But how do you feel after taking a nap, Nguyen?
I want I think I will sleeping more, so I want to sleep.
But the question asks, how do you feel after taking a nap? Do you feel refreshed? Do you feel energized? Do you feel you feel refreshed? You feel energized? You feel tired, even more tired? Or do you feel okay? Do you feel something? What do you feel?
So after taking a nap, I will feel more sleepy and sometimes tired. So that's why I don't usually taking a nap.
That's why I don't usually take a nap, I see. Okay. Now, so Miss Van, please. How do you feel after taking a nap? Miss Van, please. How do you feel after taking a nap, or after you take a nap for too long? Yes.
I feel recharged and
I feel recharged. I feel recharged.
recharged and full of energy after I have a nap, especially at lunch. And
And
I can come back to work after that.
okay, I can come back to work after that. Good. But is it important for you to take a rest every day, Miss Van?
Yes, absolutely. When you have a frantic schedule,
You have a tight schedule.
frantic,
A frantic lifestyle. We often say a frantic lifestyle, or we say a hectic schedule. Be careful. There are some words that often go together. Có những từ nó bình thường hay đi kèm với nhau hơn. So frantic lifestyle, nhịp sống hối hả. But a hectic schedule, một cái lịch trình làm việc rất là mệt mỏi.
Okay, so since I have a hectic schedule, I have to manage my time.
You have to manage your time.
Manage my time to
How about
balance.
resting? But how about resting? You think it's important for you to take a rest every day? Các bạn chú ý là nên đừng đi lạc đề quá nha. Try not to go out of topic. Be careful.
Yeah, right. It is so crucial for
It's
me.
crucial. Yes, it's crucial or vital, crucial, essential, same thing.
For me to have a rest after a hard working period. Whenever I work liên tục,
I work continuously.
Continuously.
I work continuously. Tôi làm việc liên tục. I work continuously from the morning until the evening, nighttime even.
Whenever I work continuously in the morning, and from the morning to the night time, I usually feel depressed and
feel depressed. That's bad, you know. That's really bad. You need to balance. You need to balance your life more, I think.
It makes my work efficiency more. It wasn't the efficiency of my work. Yes.
It wasn't the efficiency of your work, I see. So now, so Miss Thanh Uyên, please, do you think people nowadays work too much?
Recording 4A. Recording
Wait, what's that? What's that?
Sorry.
Okay. So Miss Uyên, please, do you think people nowadays work too much?
Yes, I believe people nowadays work too much because the because of the foreign reasons. Firstly, they must to work in the pressure to
They
to
must
earn.
work. Không phải
They
mày must
must
to work
work.
là không được. No, they must work. Not
They
must to
must
work
work.
nè. They must work in a
Work to reduce their financial burden.
exactly to reduce their financial burden, để giảm thiểu cái sự gánh nặng về tài chính. Exactly, to reduce their financial burden and to feed cats. To feed my cats sitting here. You here? I'm working so hard so I can feed you guys.
Yes. And the secondly is the living standard is
To
high.
improve
And to improve
the living standards.
Yes.
But the question is it too much nowadays? Nó vẫn chưa đi thẳng vào vấn đề. It's not to the point yet.
They must to work.
They must to work. They must work.
They must work overtime. On day or even they have to work at the weekend to complete their KPI.
What is KPI?
Key performance indicator.
Thành doanh số revenue.
Is it index or indicator?
In index. Em không nhớ rõ.
I think it's index or indicator, I think. KPI, Key Performance Indicator. So là chỉ số chỉ thị về thành tích. So it's all about performance, isn't it? You work more, you get more.
Yeah.
Of course, but so they have to do the KPI. What else then? Please continue. And you should talk about like the hours, how many hours they work, and how they feel. Do they feel burn out? Cảm thấy giống như là muốn đốt cháy luôn. Giống như kiểu mà tôi chịu hết nổi. I feel burn out means like you no longer care, you no longer want to work anymore.
12 hours. 12 tiếng.
Yes, 12 hours too much.
Yes.
Like for example, if you start work at 9 o'clock in the morning and 8 o'clock in the morning and you ends at 9 o'clock p.m. Because
yes.
1 hour lunch, yeah, so that's too much.
Yes. Like in my case.
What do you do? What do you do? You work for a corporation?
In the past, my previous job, I work in the quality insurance.
Quality assurance. QA. Quality. It's quality assurance.
Yes.
Not insurance, okay? Assurance.
Assurance.
Quality assurance. Đảm bảo về chất lượng. Okay, but it can be very tiring, I know. Now, so Mr. Nguyen, do you think people nowadays work too much? Okay, let's ask another question. Do you think students nowadays study too much? That's a more relevant question. Câu này nghe nó có liên quan hơn nhỉ? Mr. Nguyen?
Sorry, my internet is unstable.
I know, but you still have to answer question. Please answer it. Do you think students nowadays study too much? Oh, it's easy to answer. Just look at Mr. John's classes.
I think students
Many people become
to,
Yes.
I think students they are depend on
Yes, what does it depend on?
like lịch học thêm, lịch học thêm rồi
It depends on their schedule and whether they have to take extra classes. Các bạn không có chịu coi lại mấy video cũ, không học được cái gì đâu thiệt luôn á. If you don't spend time to watch the previous video, you will not learn anything. Be careful. That's why I told you, you need time at home to study as well. Phải coi lại mấy video cũ mới học được nha. Chứ có luyện gì hoài nó không lên được đâu, thiệt luôn, nó thiệt.
Whenever I have to take
Say again?
tests.
Okay, right. So Mr. Nguyen, can you continue? Please.
so it depends on the schedule and the schedule they have to go to the extra classes and some students they have more time to relax so I think they don't study too much.
How about adults? You think workers these days work too much?
It depends on what work the work is doing.
Nguyen, please. Can't hear you.
I think it will depend on what work they do. So
Yes,
like
what work they do.
teacher. So like teacher, they have to teach on the class on school, and they have to spend more time to teach in the extra class.
Extra classes.
Classes.
So that's why they look old. So that's why they look older, like Mr. John, huh?
I don't think so.
Life. It's life. It's life. You have to work too much, huh? Okay. And also the prices of everything is increasing day by day. Cái gì mà chẳng tăng giá? The prices of everything is increasing day by day. But salary doesn't increase. It doesn't increase. The prices of everything is increasing day by day, but salary doesn't. So that's why people have to keep working more and more and more. And no rest.
Yeah.
Life is harsh. Now let's go to part 2. Okay, let's go to part 2 and let's do number 5. Okay, let me move this one down here. Okay. The topic is about public places. Okay, nói về nơi công cộng. Number 5, describe a part of a city or town you enjoy spending time in. It sounds similar to this one, right? To number 4, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, but number 4 they ask about a town or city you would like to live in. To live in a place is different from you enjoy spending time in. Mình sống ở nơi đó nó khác với lại cái chuyện mà mình dành thời gian ở đó nha. Like for example, you can spend time in a cafe a few hours, but then if you live there, it will be very different. You know? Sống một vài tiếng đồng hồ, giống như mình thăm một quán cà phê vài tiếng đồng hồ thôi, là spend time. Nhưng mình ở qua đêm đó, sống nó còn một tháng đi, nó khác hẳn. So, number 5 is just enjoy spending time in, but you do not live there, okay? If you spend just a few hours in a cafe, then you do not live in there. It's different. It's a different scenario. Nó là một cái tình huống, hoàn cảnh khác nhau luôn. So number 5, describe a part of a city or town you enjoy spending time in. Miêu tả một phần của thị trấn hay là cái thành phố mà các bạn thích dành thời gian ở đó. You should say where it is. Nó là nơi nào vậy? What it is like. Cái chỗ đó như thế nào? What you do there. Các bạn làm cái gì ở đó? Explain why you enjoy spending time there. Giải thích tại sao các bạn lại thích dành thời gian ở đó. And you have part 3 of public places. Đó, nói về nơi công cộng nè. What public places are common in cities in your country? Có những nơi công cộng nào nó thông dụng, nó thông thường thấy được ở những thành thị, thành phố ở đất nước các bạn? Think about hospitals, schools, stadiums, bars, clubs, library, museums, parks, football fields, sport clubs, clinics, bus stations. Those things are public places. Cafes, restaurants. What else? Massage place. Những nơi mà dùng mình massage chẳng hạn cũng là public places. Hairdresser, barber shop. Basically hairdresser, barber shop for cutting hair and dyeing hair, you know. So barbershop is basically for men, I think, but hairdresser I think is for women. It's hairdresser or hairdresser? I think hairdresser. Let me check. Hairdresser, sir, hairdresser. So a hairdresser, hairstylist. He's here. Hairdresser is especially for women's hair, you know. Đặc biệt dành cho tóc phụ nữ thì là hairdresser. But barbershop is mainly for men. Barbershop. Barber. Usually male. But barbershop, it's where men and boys get their hair cut. So usually males. Okay. What public places are common in cities in your country? And you should talk about why they are common as well. Mình nên mở rộng là tại sao mấy cái nơi đó nó lại common. Có phải là bởi vì cái nhu cầu của cái nhóm nào đó nó cao hơn ở những cái nơi đó hay không? Hay là sao? Is it because their needs? Is it because the needs of specific groups? Những nhu cầu những nhóm cụ thể. The needs of specific groups. Is it because of the high demands? Những nhu cầu đòi hỏi cao mà. The high demands. Like in some areas, karaoke places are very common. But in other areas, maybe massage place. Massage. This one is called massage. Massage places are much more common. Or in some areas, maybe sport stadiums are more common, but some areas maybe bars and clubs. It depends on the demands and the interests of the people too. Demands and interests. Cái sự hứng thú và cái demand đòi hỏi con người ta. Alright, do cities need to have more public places than towns? Why not? Những thành thị, thành phố có cần phải có nhiều nơi công cộng hơn là những cái thị trấn hay không? Tại sao không? Think about the population, the higher population. It's more crowded, more population. How about the way people think? How about their interests? Is there any difference? Họ có khác biệt gì về cái cách mà họ thích cái gì không? Ở những cái nơi đó hay không? Mình phải so sánh. You have to compare between the two places. How about their demands, những nhu cầu đòi hỏi của họ? And is there a need for that? Like for example, in towns, do they need metro? Do they need a lot of bus stations? Do they need a lot of schools? Do they need a lot of hospitals? For example, like that. Thành thị có cần nhiều nơi công cộng hơn so với thị trấn hay không? Tại sao? Next question. What public places do old people usually go to? Why? Những người già thường đi đến những nơi công cộng nào? Tại sao? Think about library, museums. Think about pubs. You know, pubs for the old people, you know. Think about parks. Công viên đó. Think about public gardens. Những cái vườn dành cho công cộng. Public gardens. What else? And some people, they visit cemetery. Cemetery basically là nghĩa trang. Because they have their loved ones. When their loved ones are dead, so they can visit them to visit the deceased. To visit the deceased means to visit the dead people. Viếng những người đã khuất. To visit the deceased. The deceased means to visit the dead people. Like for example, if they visit their wife or husband, that is already dead. They have to visit cemetery. Or what else? Sometimes they visit public library, you know, những cái thư viện công cộng, because they look for books, they can have a read, they can enjoy their quiet. What else? They can visit art galleries too. Art galleries, những cái phòng trưng bày nghệ thuật. Where else then?
Museum.
There are other public places like the old people's homes. Nó còn gọi là nhà dưỡng lão á. Những viện dưỡng lão. Nó gọi là the old people's homes. The old people's homes. Check this word out. Old people's home nè. This one. Old people's home. The place where old people can live together. Nơi người già sống cùng nhau. Can be cared for when they are too weak or ill to take care of themselves. Được chăm sóc khi mà họ quá yếu hoặc là quá bệnh để mà tự chăm sóc bản thân. Nó chính là nhà dưỡng lão. Old people's homes. And of course, this is a very common place. Very common public places that old people usually go to. And you have to explain why. Why is it more important than those places, you know? Cái lý do tại sao nó quan trọng lắm đó. Quan trọng còn hơn mấy cái nơi này luôn á. So, next one. Do you think there will be more outdoor? So you have indoor and you have outdoor. Có nơi ngoài trời, nơi trong nhà. Thì do you think there will be more outdoor public places in the future? Why or why not? Bạn có nghĩ rằng sẽ có nhiều cái nơi công cộng bên ngoài trời hơn trong tương lai hay không? Tại sao không? Outdoor public places. So think about outdoor public places. You have parks, stadium. We have what else? Hội chợ. Like book fair. Or we have nhưng gần mấy cái hồ á. Like we have theme park. We have what else? Theme parks. Khu bảo tồn động vật. We have zoos. These are outdoor public places. Những cái nơi mà gọi là công cộng ngoài trời đó. Thì các bạn có nghĩ sẽ có nhiều hơn những cái nơi đó trong tương lai không? Tại sao không? Do you think there will be more public places, outdoor public places in the future? You should talk about like the change in demands. Sự thay đổi về cái nhu cầu chẳng hạn. The change in demands and interest. Sự thay đổi về nhu cầu và cái interest là cái hứng thú của những người ta. Có khác nhau cái gì không? Okay. And you should explain why not. Like for example, in the future, the young people, of course, they will become mature, they will become older. So will they visit places like museums? Will they visit places like library? Will they visit places like art galleries? Will they visit schools? Will they visit stadiums? Something like that. Think about that. Và suy nghĩ về những chuyện đó nhé. Okay, so you have 3 minutes to think. 3 minutes start now. Bắt đầu. Alright, good. Time to get to work. Part 2. Please describe a part of a city or town you enjoy spending time in. And I would like Mr. Young to start first, please.
Okay, so the most part that I enjoy spending time in my town is in my city.
Okay.
Is actually a library near my house. So at that library, it is really quiet, and it's really quiet, and it sells cafe or drinks not really expensive. It's quite half and half, not really much, but I still love it. And
you really love it because?
And the reason why I really love it because there's a lot of books, and it's all my favorite kinds of books. So I'm really enjoy time spending there.
Okay. What else then?
And so it's like a healing place for me after an argument or after running or after finish argument or after finish deadline.
After finishing a deadline.
Finishing a deadline, I spend most of my time there.
Okay, good. That's good enough. That's good enough.
Yeah.
Now, so Mr. Hoàng Nguyên, please.
I would like to spend my...
Louder, please.
Hello, anh nghe được chưa?
Okay, louder, please.
Dạ rồi.
Okay, please describe a part of a city or town you enjoy spending time in.
So I enjoy to spending my time in the coffee shop. So
It's what? Okay,
coffee
again.
shop.
It's a copy or coffee shop.
Coffee shop.
Coffee shop.
Coffee.
It's a coffee shop. It's better to say cafe, you know. I think it's better to say a cafe because you don't want to confuse people with copy or coffee, right? So say cafe. In a cafe, or you can say a coffee shop. Phát âm rõ ràng nhưng mọi người try to pronounce correctly. It's coffee shop.
Coffee shop. So I spend my time. So I spend time in the cafe shop to drink coffee, and sometimes I listen to music because some cafe shop have the sound system very good.
Like has a very good sound system. Has a very good sound system. Yes.
Music of the manager is very good, so I enjoy my time to listen to music. Sometimes the cafe shop is the place that I with my friend talking and to talk.
Your internet is really bad.
Yeah,
Maybe you should pay more for internet. Yeah, I think you should pay more for internet. Or move your laptop somewhere near, or just plug the cable into your laptop. Cắm luôn rồi. Just plug the cable into your laptop. I think it's easier. Because when it rains, the net's really bad, especially Wi-Fi, I think. Now, so you enjoy spending time there?
yes, I enjoy to spend time at cafe shop.
Không nghe gì luôn á. It's like a really bad signal. I can't hear you very well. Anyway, now, so Miss Uyên, please, can you describe a part of a city or town you enjoy spending time in?
No, I would like to.
Okay, go directly. Do not say I would like to.
Yes.
Directly. Đi thẳng vào vấn đề.
Okay.
Okay. I enjoy spending time in.
I enjoy spending time in a fitness center.
Oh, fitness center, a gym.
Yeah. The name of fitness center is California. Yes. Which is near my house.
California Fitness.
Yes.
That's one of the most drama place ever. But anyway, the equipments are good.
Yes.
But people will keep bothering you when you practice, when you do your exercises.
That's right. The seller always annoying.
Terrible. Very annoying.
Yeah.
So that's why I stopped going there. Anyway, continue, please.
That's I take about 10 minutes to go there. I really impressed the modern facility. I am really impressed
by
the
what?
The facility.
The facilities and equipment there.
And the equipment.
The facility and equipment there.
Yes. So to keep my body fit, I go to there to.
I go to there or I go there.
I go there to work out and do yoga. Three times a week.
3 times a week. Oh, that's dedication.
Yes.
That's dedication. Yes. Okay, good enough. Very good. Now, Miss Thanh Thảo, please.
Dạ em chụp hình.
Yeah. Okay. Please describe a part of a city or town you enjoy spending time in. This is easy.
Yeah.
Part 2. It's only part 2, you know.
There are many great places to go in my city, but favorite place, I want to go is the coffee shop.
What kind of coffee shop?
Well,
Okay, you can say coffee shops.
The coffee shop. It just only 7 minutes when I go to home. When I go from home. I always go there every day when I study in my school. But in summer I go 2 or 3 twice or
What?
twice a week.
Twice a week. Okay. What else then? Try to have an okay. Try to speak. Try to speak with some parts faster, some parts slower. Because if you do it like this, people will be like, you know, very monotonous. Nó rất là đơn điệu luôn á. Nó không tốt cho điểm số của em đâu. It's not good for your grades.
Yeah.
Try again.
Nói lại từ đầu hả thầy?
Tại đầu làm sao rồi làm, nó phải có lúc nhanh lúc chậm, nó mới làm người ta đỡ chán, người ta phải hiểu được cái nội dung của em, không người ta sẽ rất là nhàm chán luôn á. Ok,
Dạ.
try again, please.
Tại em đang nghĩ ý cho nên nó hơi
Ok,
bị...
then do it again. Rồi trời, có hơn 5 phút mà nghĩ ý gì nữa trời. Ok,
dạ.
you have more than 5 minutes already, so let's try again, please.
There are many great places to go in my city, but the favorite place I want to go is cafe shop. It's just only 6 or 7 minutes when I go from home. I usually go there I usually go there every day when I go to school. But in the summer, I just go there twice a week.
Okay. Yes, perfect. Yes.
I go twice a week.
Okay.
I usually go there, study and talk with my friend after in.
Okay, that's good enough. Trả lời đủ mấy cái you should say là được rồi, không cần phải quá nhiều. You should stick to what you should say, you know. Don't go overboard. Don't go overboard. Don't talk too much. Don't be like too wordy. Đừng có nói nhiều quá, thực sự nó sẽ bị lạc đề đấy. Don't be too wordy. You might go out of topic. All right, good. Now, Miss Vân, please. Can you describe a part of a city or town that you enjoy spending time in?
Whenever I top of my city, I enjoy spending my spare time is a park.
In a park.
Yes, in the landmark area.
Landmark 81 area. There's a park, isn't it?
Yes. It is the park in the resident area inside landmark buildings. And it is decorated with bunches of trees and flowers.
I think it's not decoration. Trees and flowers are basically grown there. It's not a decoration. So you should say many trees and flowers are grown there. Nó không phải là một văn trang trí nha. Cây và hoa nó là những thứ được trồng ở đó chứ không phải là những thứ được trang trí ở đó, you know. Okay, so just say that and it is so there are a lot of trees and flowers there grown there.
There is also small bridges crossing fish pools and rows of benches. Ghế dài là benches.
Benches.
Benches where the visitors can.
What? Where the visitors. Những âm đầu. First syllable. Visitors.
Where the visitors can take a rest. And I really enjoy. I usually go for a walk there.
Work or walk?
Walk.
Work or walk?
Walk.
A walk.
A walk.
Oh, kéo dài. Like oh. I usually go for a walk.
I usually go for a walk there and I enjoy the fresh air and the tranquility, which is really environment in the city.
Okay.
Okay. Um, I feel fresh. I feel fresh and
Fresh.
energetic. Um, after I
Yes. After I go on, please. I think you are going out of topic again. Try to not talk more than 2 minutes in part 2, okay? Part 2 có 2 phút rồi nha các bạn. Nhớ điều đó nha. You have to practice speaking in 2 minutes for part 2 only. Only 2 minutes. Less than 2 minutes, okay? Alright, so let's go to part 3 of public places. So, Mr. Young, please. So, do public places. So, what public places are common in cities in your countries?
So it's mostly park. It's mostly park. It's park. Public gardens. Most of them are bar. Sometimes it's a secret bar too.
Mm-hmm.
Stadiums.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but if talk about stadiums, there's not really much large stadium, just some small stadiums in my country. Oh, and there's theme parks, a lot of theme parks, but it's actually not really
A lot of what? A lot of kimbap.
parks.
Đó, em thấy chưa? Cái vấn đề phát âm á, you see,
Park,
pronunciation
I'm
problem.
saying park.
Is it a lot of park, a bark,
Park.
b, a p?
Park.
A lot of park.
Park.
A lot of parks. I was like, a lot of kimbap?
No, dang.
I was like, what? A lot of parks.
Parks.
Trời
Themes.
ơi, không
Park.
chịu phải để phát âm nha. Học với tôi tới 1 năm rưỡi rồi nha. It's like you study with, you have learned from me
Con
for
có
1.5
nói chữ
year
K
already.
đâu mà thầy.
What?
Con còn nói rõ chữ K đâu mà. Nhưng mà chỉ
But I
là
don't
con
see, I
phát
don't
âm
hear
ra
it, I
để
don't
nghe
hear
nó
it,
hơi
I don't
giống
hear
thôi.
it. Park.
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 Okay, continue please.
Yeah. So it's mostly
Thử hỏi tại sao tôi
common.
khó phát âm. Why I'm very strict with pronunciation is because of that. Come on, continue.
So it's the display is quite common in my country,
Mm-hmm.
most of them. And actually there's art gallery too, but it's not really popular in my country. It's just you still call it common, but it's not really popular for everyone.
What do you mean? It's common but it's not popular. Nó thông thường nhưng nó không có được nhiều người sử dụng.
Đúng rồi thầy. Nghĩa là
Some places are common places but they are not popular. Okay, I understand. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Alright, so I would like Mr. Nguyen to answer the same question. So, what public places are common in cities in your country? Because there are a lot of potential for improvement in this question. Có rất là nhiều cái tiềm năng để mà improve, để mà cải thiện trong cái câu này. So, Mr. Nguyen, please.
So I think
Okay.
So I think the cafe shop is the most common is the most places are common in my city.
Okay.
So there is a place they can tập trung lại.
What focus? Concentrate. Say again. I can't hear you. So people can gather. People can gather to talk. Cái tập trung đó là tập trung con người lại với nhau, là gather với tập focus nha. So basically, that's the gathering people together to talk.
Together to talk.
Mhm.
Can gather to talk, and someone can, and some people can go to the coffee shop for
Bắt đầu nó
working.
lại yếu lại nè, nó lại nhỏ lại nè. Why càng ngày càng nhỏ lại? Why is it getting less loud, like very tiny? Okay, so you talk about parks when people can gather to talk.
Some
Interesting.
people go, and some people can go to coffee shop for working, and can go there for a break.
Okay, go on. Come on.
Some students they go to the coffee shop for checking and talk to them.
Okay, and they can study there too. Anything else? Nghe từ anything else thấy thiếu ý rồi. When you hear anything else in the exam, you know that you need to talk more. Now, so okay, what else? Yes, go on. I'm listening. Okay, so Mr. Nguyen, do cities need to have more public places than towns? Why or why not?
I think the cities will need to have more public places than the towns because the population in city is higher
Of course, the
than
population, higher population, the more people, the more they need public places. So they can date, so they can play, they can hang out, they can enjoy time. What else then?
nhu cầu là
Demands, needs,
demand,
and needs.
and the demand in city is
The demands and the needs, yes.
demand in the city is higher than some towns, and
And then, you know, I don't need to have a lot of people to have a need for entertainment. Because sometimes I feel like my speaking class is a kind of entertainment already. Okay, now, so Miss Uyên, please. So what public places do old people usually go to? Why?
Well, I think the old people usually go
On. Are you
the
sure?
old,
Old.
the old
Lại ôn nữa
people.
rồi, ôn là chết rồi. Ôn. Old.
The old people.
No, old.
Old.
Nó là old.
Old
Okay, old
people
people.
usually go to park.
What kind of park?
Công viên.
Like public gardens and parks, isn't it?
Yeah. Public garden and shopping mall.
Oh, do they go shopping a lot?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Oh,
Sometimes I
they
think,
go there to buy many things for their
of
house.
course, they go to shopping malls, they go to supermarkets as well as markets.
Yes. Because they when they go to the public gardens, they can have many chance to meet to have many friends to have many friends, and they can do simple exercise to improve their health.
Yes, simple exercise to improve their health. They can walk around, Yes.
Walk around.
And then, of course, it's good for their health. Okay, now, so Mr. Young, please, do you think there will be more outdoor public places in the future? Why or why not?
I think it's quite controversy.
It's a controversy or controversy. Controversy or controversy.
Controversy.
Cái nào cũng được.
Oh, bruh.
Basically, it can be controversy or controversy. You can say both of them are okay.
Okay. So because nowadays most people
The
they are
people or most people. Chỉ có
Most
hai cách thôi. Most people or most of the people.
most people they use technology so much, so they don't spend much time outside. So sometimes I think public place there will be less public place in the future. But after a while thinking
After a while,
yes, okay.
when there are a lot of online classes, there will be less school. There will be fewer schools. There will be fewer schools. There will be fewer library. There will probably be fewer what else? Cafes, I think, maybe.
Yeah. But
What else?
but sometimes I think will be more outdoor public because
I think, of course,
old
outdoors
people
good
is
too.
increased now. Elder
Of
people
course,
is,
everyone's free now.
yeah, elder people is increased now, and
And
there's more nhu cầu là gì thầy? Mình
there are
quên.
more demands for it.
Yeah,
There are more
there's more demands
demands.
for it because of children need outdoor public too.
Of course, they have a need to use up their energy. Otherwise, they will use that energy on adults.
Yeah.
And you will feel it. So, we need kindergarten. We need more public kindergartens. We need more children's playground so that they will not spoil their parents' days. Chúng sẽ không phá hủy cái ngày của những bậc cha mẹ của chúng.
Yeah.
Because children, they don't have a place to play. That's why they bother their parents. You know it.
Yeah.
Obviously. Now, Mr. Nguyen, please, what do you think? What public places do old people usually go to?
I think the old people usually go to the park or some square.
Okay, no, let's talk about something else. I don't want to hear about parks. Try something else.
Some old people, they go to square or something.
Yes.
To meet each other and do exercise, like
Of course,
aerobics.
they can go to do exercises. Yes. There are health clubs, những câu lạc bộ sức khỏe, health clubs. They can go to.
Some old people, they like to go to the coffee shop for talking and read newspaper in the morning. Some of them go to the
What else then?
some of them go to the old people's homes where they can.
The old people's home, very good. Nhà dưỡng lão, of course.
So they can take care by the nurse in the homes, in the old people's homes.
Trời, nó thiệt nha. Bên em á, nó vừa nhỏ mà nó bị mạng vấn đề nữa. Thiệt thầy nghe được chết liền. I can barely understand what you're saying sometimes. You need to speak louder, not faster, louder, clearer. Nói chậm rãi, rõ ràng hơn nha em. Try it.
And they can be taken care by the nurse and or someone don't have enough.
Okay. Probably when we check the videos, your voice will be better. Thiệt luôn á, cái phần mềm nó thần kỳ lắm, thiệt luôn á, nó cải thiện tiếng lúc mà quay video lên á, tiếng hay lắm luôn. Anyway, but okay, good practice today. Very good. Now, so we need to practice more on speaking. Mình cần phải luyện tập speaking nhiều hơn nha mọi người. Nói chung là cái nào cũng cần luyện nhiều hơn đó.
Yeah.
Okay, so are you okay if tomorrow we correct writing? Are you okay?
Yes.
Yes.
Sure?
Yeah.
Okay, that's the end of my videos. Please like, share this video with your friends, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and press on the bell button next to the subscribe button so you can get notified about my new uploads, okay? You can also press follow my Facebook, but please don't add me on Facebook as friends, okay? Cảm ơn các bạn đã theo dõi nha. Các bạn hãy nhấn vào like, chia sẻ video này bạn bè các bạn. Nhấn vào nút đăng ký kênh YouTube mình và nút cái chuông kế bên cạnh để đăng ký kênh đó, để mà các bạn sẽ được thông báo về những video mới nha. Các bạn cũng có thể nhấn vào nút theo dõi Facebook mình, nhưng nhớ đừng kết bạn Facebook mình nha. Thank you and see you. Bye.